Hi, my name is Mark Daly. I'm an immigration lawyer and I want to welcome you to Step-by-Step Immigration Forms. This first video is our introduction and our disclaimer. And I'm going to start with the disclaimer. And the disclaimer is that I want to warn you first that this is not immigration legal advice that I'm giving to you. Legal advice is when I listen to your problems, I hear your story, and I say, oh, it looks like you need to do this, or you better be careful about that. That's actually legal advice when I'm responding to you personally about what's going on for you. Now, these videos are not going to be doing that. What we're going to be doing is we're going to first go through all the documents that are normally required for a fiancé visa and a marriage-based immigrant visa and adjustment of status. Those processes are then going to be put into forms, right? We're going to go through the documents, you're going to understand all the documents, and then you're going to go start to fill in the forms. And then after the forms are filled out, then we're going to go through the procedures of how to actually get these forms in front of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, or the USCIS. Or maybe the embassy too in the case of the fiancé visa. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be telling you what the Immigration Service wants in each one of the little boxes, what they expect you to send in terms of documents, and this is not going to be advice because I'm not looking at your documents. I'm not looking at your forms. So if you are going through this process with me and you get to a question on a form and you think, I'm not sure what the answer to that is, or I know what the answer is and I'm afraid to put that answer in, that means you need legal advice. And I would recommend you calling an attorney and scheduling a consultation so that you can get these questions answered. Now, my company, CINA, we have a very easy way to do consultations, and so you can contact us, you can contact any immigration attorney. But I wouldn't really advise you getting legal advice from the USCIS and calling a customer service line, because they are not lawyers and they are not duty bound or certified, licensed to actually have a duty to give you the good advice that you actually need to advocate for you and your position. So that having been said, that's my disclaimer. This is not legal advice. Now, in terms of the introduction, here's how we're going to do these forms. We're going to start with us going through the documents, because that's the first thing you want to do. You want to get all of your documents together in one place. So we're going to be going through all the documents like the birth certificate and passport, tax returns, all these types of things that you're going to need to do to get this job done. Then we're also going to go through a couple of questionnaires, because I like to use questionnaires because you can organize all your information in one place, and then when you're filling out the forms, you have the questionnaires to actually go for and pull the information off the questionnaires. So it's a good way to actually create an efficiency around filling in these forms. Then after that introduction of the documents, the questionnaires, we're going to jump right into filling in the forms. So we're going to have two fact patterns. Now, the fact patterns are going to be made-up scenarios so that you can understand better the context, the story behind these cases. So the first case is going to be our fiancé visa case, and that's going to be a U.S. citizen husband who's filing for a female fiancé who lives in another country to come in, get married in the United States here, and then process the adjustment of status. The second case is going to be someone who is going to be a husband, a U.S. citizen husband who petitions for his wife who has come into the United States. They are married here, and then they're going to go forward with their adjustment of status. So you can see how these two cases fit together, because the fiancé is actually going to come into the United States, and then it's going to go through the adjustment of status steps. So that's why these videos will be able to serve both types of fact patterns. So with that being said, let's get started and get into these step-by-step immigration forms.